Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Hedera and Hbar. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate that. But with that being said, let's kind of just jump in and let's talk about a few things first. So obviously, yes, Bitcoin has had its nice little pullback. I am expecting a little bit more. We target about like 41,000 exact. Of course, over the weekend and Fridays are usually rough. So I definitely am keeping a close eye on this weekend as well as today, tomorrow, whatever you guys want to call it, because I haven't slept yet. It is 4:11 a.m. But let's talk about Hbar. So, first off, price action alone, is this an underperformer? 100%. I actually want to open up the cryptocurrencies tab real quick and go to XRP. I don't like to compare these two, and I don't like to compare, charts or anything like that. But XRP is the closest thing that I can kind of compare to Hedera in terms of the price, action, because this was also a coin, and you could ask anybody who was around during 2017, 2018, but this was a coin that, a lot of individuals thought that it was nothing. I mean, it wasn't going anywhere. It was underperforming. It hit this nice little high of about like 39 cents, almost 40 cents. Then it kind of just rode these lows, and it was just kind of riding out 15, 22 cents, somewhere around here, kind of just ranged on. Okay, and then it officially broke out and hit $3.84. I know that this is saying like $3.40. The chart that I actually have open will show $3.84 because I put it there, but you guys do see the all-time high being here at $3.84. And I really want to talk to you guys about XRP because it's still also getting the same exact talk around it. Oh, it's dead. It's not going to the all-time high, maybe $2. And the same talks happen with Hbar. Everybody is calling this an underperformer, hasn't really seen too much price action. Our all-time high is sitting here at about like 50, almost 1 cent. Of course, we hit that in September. But honestly, I would say that this is still basically around the point where we are actually kind of looking. I think that this is a very similar chart comparing it to XRP from 2017, 2018. The only difference here is that we actually have a second all-time high that we made, which was in September. And now we're just kind of ranging on. And everyone's kind of concerned, saying, what if this is the top? What if, we're not going anywhere? But I don't think that that's the case. And also, another big thing is everyone's really talking about, why isn't it not on Coinbase? When is a Coinbase listing going to happen? It's going to push it all the way to $1 plus. Guys, do not get sidetracked by these major exchanges. Like, don't get me wrong, will a Coinbase listing be great for Hbar? 100%. I'm not sitting here and saying that it's not going to be great. I'm just saying we do not need a Coinbase listing. Okay, Coinbase number 2, $3.3 billion in volume, 3.6 million weekly visits. But look at some of these other ones. I mean, 5.1 million weekly visits on FTX, $2.1 billion in volume. But look at Binance, and we are already on Binance, almost $16 billion in volume, 29.3 million weekly visits. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, Coinbase is great for retail FOMO, but it's just not that, it's not a necessity for us to succeed in terms of Hbar's price action. I said that even here. I said you could bet Coinbase is watching Hedera building. They will list Hbar, but don't get it twisted. We don't need Coinbase. XRP, 22 cents to $3.84 without Coinbase. Hbar can easily do the same. Now, when we are talking about this, just to confirm with you guys, here is when XRP really got listed on Coinbase, February 25th, 2019. Mind you, that XRP's all-time high actually occurred back in January of 2018. So this literally happened 1 whole year later almost, is when Coinbase finally listed XRP. Now also, I want you to understand that this took about 208 days from its all-time high to actually start this massive breakout event. And there was nothing really behind this pump. Like, there wasn't a lot of FOMO demand behind XRP back then as there is now. Now we actually have some solid partnerships. We're seeing ODL volume moving, and we have the catalyst event that is the SEC lawsuit. But this did an 1,800% increase in price. Okay? And, if we are talking about a percentage pump on, for example, Hbar, if we do an 1,800% pump from 21 cents, it would be about $3.78 per Hbar. And if we're looking at that from a market cap perspective, it's about $74.4 billion market cap, or 17x. I think that this is pretty solid. I think that this is incredible gains. I mean, it almost hits the 20x opportunity spot for us. A lot of individuals might look at this and say, no way, it's going much higher. I'm not even, I'm not going to be excited at $3.78. And hey, the thing that I like to say is, if you're not excited at $3.78 for Hbar, then you are just not in it for the money. I mean, this is a 17x opportunity. I mean, you're not seeing that really anywhere else except for, of course, crypto. But this is also an incredible opportunity to make a ton of money off of your initial investment and actually float into other altcoins and swing trade. It's a great opportunity. But also, it's the idea that it's an 1,800% increase in value from our current levels. Not levels going back as far as like the summer lows, for an example. Now, obviously, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about Hbar and where we currently are in terms of market structure. So if we're going off of this old all-time high, date range, we'll go off of, we'll go off of this candle. Right now, it's been about 354 days. But if we're going off of the actual all-time high, it has been only 170 days. Now, mind you, it's been 170 days for Hbar, and we're seeing already talks of saying, oh, it's done, it's not going to go to all-time highs. 170 days? Check back on XRP. XRP had the same exact talk around it, 208 days. So my question to you guys is, would you be able to hold Hbar for another 38 days before it officially breaks out? That's the solid question here, because everyone has been patient so far, but I do see a lot of individuals on Twitter losing their cool. Now let's talk about some major factors behind Hedera that could spark a major price action move. Not talking more so about staking or anything like that, but let's talk about some solid use cases. So first off, we did see Hbar Foundation share their goals for 2022. If you guys missed this, go check it out. You could read the whole article. It was incredible to say the least. There's a lot of stuff in there, but we do see here Hbar Foundation is really determined to take Hedera mainstream this year, allocating $500 million to target 4 main areas: crypto economy, DeFi, lending, staking, and decentralized exchanges; metaverse, gaming, fashion, media, and social; sustainable impact, ESG uses; and then, of course, the last one, my favorite subject in crypto. Honestly, we're seeing fintech, CBDCs, tokenized security. This is where things get interesting, because we have been seeing a lot of things unfolding within the CBDC area on Hedera, and I don't think a lot of individuals are actually paying attention to this aspect. But if you look here, by end of the year, MTech Inc. plans to be working with at least 10 central banks and introduce its CBDC platform. We've taken a really strong partnership with Hedera, with whom we have partnered to build a highly performant enterprise and efficient CBDC platform. And here you guys have it. The startup, which carried out a successful pilot in Africa, has signed 5 agreements with central banks in the continent and the Caribbean region. MTech has now moved into production following the successful pilot in Ghana last year. And we do see here we started in 2021 with 1 central bank, and we ended up with 5 regulators signing up for pilots and onboarding. In 2022, we have officially launched the digital regulatory platform. This is getting very interesting. I want you to all pay attention to MTech, because I've talked to you guys about the breadcrumbs with MTech so many times now, and it's been a project that I have had a ton of eyes on for a very, very long time. I mean, obviously, I've been watching it. I've been telling everybody to watch it in the Hedera scene, because this is probably one of the biggest CBDC breadcrumbs that we've seen in terms of the Hedera ecosystem. We also see here we're building modern central banking infrastructure. It's never been done before. Many bet against this, but we saw something else happening. Thank you, Annie N. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, to be completely honest with you guys. I'll butcher it, for capturing our unique story. And this is basically that article that Zepsi is referring to. And of course, we do see Christian Hasker responding, saying, congratulations, Carmel and team. Guys, I want you to all realize that Hedera is playing a significant role in the CBDC game with MTech. MTech is building the digital dollar. They have the digital, not the Digital Pound Foundation. Wow. They have the Project New Dawn white paper that specifically includes Hedera as becoming the trust layer for the CBDCs. And I'm not saying that it's confirmed 100% that Hedera will be utilized in terms of that area. I'm just saying, when we're talking about MTech, Is MTech fully, confirmed to be working with the US dollar? Not exactly, but I will say this. It is an incredible breakdown on where we can go in terms of CBDCs, especially in the US. And if MTech is going to be the giant behind it, I definitely do see, Hedera being that trust layer for CBDCs. And that is such a huge use case that I don't think a lot of individuals are actually, paying attention to because, like I said, CBDCs, if we're talking about cross-border payments and stuff like that, it's trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. It's something to not be disregarded at all. Also, again, shout out to Hbar to the moon here, but he says CBDC platform Zimbali Networks building on Hedera wins an award at Visa Everywhere initiative to provide people with cutting-edge technology solutions to pay, invest, and exchange money more efficiently with less friction. Visa and Hedera are working on huge things. Guys, look at this. The ultimate CBDC digital wallet app. Send money, save money, earn money, lend money, borrow money, and exchange money, all with the Just Pay Me app. This is coming soon. But of course, you can see exactly who this is for. Central banks, business, people, financial institutions. This is large amounts of money. This is huge. Okay? And honestly, Visa does have direct connections with Hedera. I would not be surprised. I've talked to you guys about Visa and MasterCard actually moving over to distributed ledger technology to scale their businesses, because I don't know if you guys know this. You guys could do your research on this. I've done my research on it. But as Visa and MasterCard's networks scale, okay, so as they're bringing in more and more revenue, they have to pay more and more and more for scalability. All right, so if they are, building on something like Hedera, or if they're building on a DLT like, Hedera, we could actually be seeing Visa and MasterCard, basically scaling without increasing their fees, which is incredible to say the least, especially for these financial giants. I mean, Visa and MasterCard are utilized by a very, very large percentage of the global population. And of course, we do see here, congrats to Visa Everywhere Initiative, Black Founders Edition audience favorite. And this is, of course, from Zimbali Networks, receives $10,000 for this honor. Zimbali enables financial inclusion with digital currency for central banks. This is huge. I want you all to understand how big these use cases are actually becoming. CBDCs, if we're talking about DeFi and just payments and stuff like that happening in, of course, crypto, this is a very large market. This is exactly why I also invest in XRP, because I see what RippleNet is becoming with XRP with on-demand liquidity, and I also see, of course, the big money behind Hedera. This is exactly why we don't need exchanges to push our prices. This is exactly why we don't need some sort of major demand to push our prices. Things are being built. It's just taking a little bit of time. Like, these are investment opportunities. Those individuals that were holding Amazon stock for 5+ years, without any significant gain, seen a massive ROI from their patience. Okay, patience will make you a ton of money in this game. You buying at 74 cents, not seeing the price go to $1 tomorrow, and selling because of it is not going to make you any money. In fact, you'll most likely lose money in the long term. Okay, and just remember that as we are holding these assets for a little bit of time, like a year plus, guess what? You're now in a completely different tax bracket for long-term gains instead of short-term gains, which your wallet will 100% thank you for that as well, because the percentage gains are a lot lower in terms of those tax rates. But trust me when I say this, okay? We are still holding assets that have the potential to fully revolutionize this space. This is exactly why I still believe that Hedera to $3 to $6 is still on the board. Okay, if we get to $5 or maybe even just $4.50, I would be perfectly fine with that. This would be our 20x opportunity. This will be an $88.5 billion market cap valuation. And yes, could we go higher? 100%. But I'm going to be happy with that 17 to 20x opportunity. And I do believe that $3 to $6 is a perfect position on Hedera. I think it is a level that we could easily breach, and it's really not that much money to flow into Hedera to really push us to that point. Just remember, guys, market cap is not the amount of money that's invested into an asset. It is just the number of circulation supply multiplied by the price per Hbar. I believe that there's going to be a lot of buying happening for Hbar, as we do see staking and stuff like that, get released. But honestly, I think that Hedera has enough demand behind it. You got to realize that this entire market is down. So, these assets are not going to just jump out and pump all day long. Of course, is there, assets that are pumping? 100%. But guys, it's a very small amount of assets pumping. So please do not get discouraged with your investment just because another asset is doing very well. The entire market is looking pretty rough currently. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.